So just thinking and imagining how much more creative energy I would have if I stopped fixating about money and either became at peace with it or did something about it. Because I remember when I talked to Kim the first time about this, just it consumed so much of my time, not having a job. And now that I do have a job and my wages are what they are. They're not, keeping up with the economy that I'm in. And so it's I either do something about it or be at peace with it. Instead of making it an ethical dilemma on my integrity or my morals. So it's I either open myself up creatively to make more money in a way that feels like a way that I would want to, or at least be okay with or in at peace with. So it's just something that I either need to just make a decision on, and with school coming up, I can only really work at my current job 3 days a week. And then, I will get supplemental income with financial aid. And hopefully that scholarship, my God, will come through that I applied for back in freaking October. Lord have mercy. Or maybe it was January. No, it was when I was at AB Tech. I was at AB Tech and I applied for that. So I just need to exhaust all of my research abilities, to see what funds are out there for people like me. Look at those big corporations and see if I can, what I was told about Coca-Cola or Pepsi, local, huge mega corporations that would be willing to, I don't know if they have a scholarship fund, but it could be something worth at least inquiring about, because that could be a really substantial impact on my life if I had, more resources to work with. Because quite frankly, I have been at peace up until a certain point. I noticed I was at peace with my income and the way things were because I had put a budget in place and I wasn't spending any money. But then it's things change. I felt like I was at peace and with homeostasis because I really wasn't spending any money except on the necessities. And it was being really frugal with extra purchases. And so I was okay, well, as soon as I want to spend any money though, I start to feel a little bit insecure. And that is the case for so many people. Not just Americans, but people all over the world that are feeling this economic squeezing from the billionaire class that are just squeezing us fucking dry like a prune. So I think being creative, just not letting yourself get out of balance with anxiety about it, but just notice I've been thinking about this a lot. So what do I actually have in my power to change? And opening myself up to solutions from above. And thankfully I work with the Ascended Masters and they have all the light to give to me, especially when I'm orienting myself towards servicing all. And so I noticed also it becomes this focus on self when I feel my needs aren't totally met, or I feel insecure. Because like the reality is, it's like, it's not a need. Like, it's not an essential need to travel abroad, for example. But it is something that I want to be able to do. And I don't feel like that's selfish. Because it just depends on the way in which you do it and like how you're thinking about it. And so I'm being practical and realistic, pragmatic, and seeing like, well, what are my other options then? Working with people is something that I really care about, because not just my impact on other people, but it's helpful to me too, because I constantly get to interact, you know? I don't want to just like be cooped up working from home all the time. Unless that would be the better option for me, but that's up to me to decide. And I need to be able to be open enough to see like the different options and like not be so closed-minded or rigid. And so I would like to make more money, not to only benefit myself, but so I can feel like it could free up space so that I can be of service to others. And maybe it's the thing that I do, obviously, that isn't direct service to others. So I just need to, you know, I get a lot of energy when I get the inspirational download to make videos about certain topics. And so I know that that's something that I'm going to do. I am doing. And just continuously like nurturing that or feeding that. And just being honest about my process. And continue to grow and just become more. Because when I, you know, look at it from that perspective and I ask for that and I continue to invoke being more, then it's always given to me. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. So I just want to continue to open up myself in order to not just give the kingdom, but to be given the kingdom, but to be the kingdom and to give it to others. Like, I am what I give. I give what I am. So, it's hot. So, yeah, I think that's all I have to say. And, working on my posture in the process. All right, bye-bye.